guys, this is my first video in English, so don't be pissed off if it's going to be lame. But I just wanted to start. I wanted to start a channel for English teachers for I don't know, a long time, and so now I just have some space and some possibilities to do it. So, and in this channel, I think I'm just going to speak about what I do every day as a teacher, what methods do I use, and how in general I teach English. So I think I'm just a beginner, so probably it won't be very useful for most of you, but still I think it will be useful for some of you guys, and I hope you'll enjoy it, and it'll be really helpful for some of us who just begin to teach just as me. Okay, so to start, I wanted to speak a bit about some course books, some textbooks that I use, and I would like to start with this one, which is New English File, and this one's New English File Elementary. So this one is probably the most popular book, the most famous one, because I know that a lot of teachers all over the world use it, and there are some really good comments and reviews and stuff. But how did I choose this one, and why do I use it? The thing is that my father went on, how am I to say, he did a course in England in I think 1999, and he was starting using this book. Yes, it's very old. It's called it's not New English, it's just English File. Yes, and it's number 2, I think. Yes, English File Students Book, level 2. Okay, so this was actually the first edition of of English File, which was called just English File. Okay, so and this book is really old. It's like so it's back to 1999. Yes, but this was the first book I ever used teaching English. Okay, so and I found it really exciting and interesting, and well, very comfortable to work with, because it's very well structured. Every lesson is like every lesson. So for example, if you take the first chapter, so it's the first unit, for example, these two pages are one lesson, so it's very easy to work with. You see, there's always some grammar, some pronunciation, some vocabulary. So you during one lesson you kind of practice all the 4 skills, and it's really good. Okay, so but then of course it was already 2007 when I started to work with this book, so it was already old for that time, and somehow I started to search for new versions of English File on the internet. And so this is when I found out that there are some other versions, and there are so many different books that you can download, that you can buy, and so on. And this is how I found New English File, so the new version of English File. And it was even more exciting because the material was new. The topics were so up to date, and yes, so I started to use this one, and believe it or not, I still use this one, although it's I think this one's from 2004. Yes, that's 2004 edition, and yes, so it's also really useful. But now I think so today is 2012, and I know somehow I found out on the internet that there is going to be another version of New English File, which will be called, I think, New English File New Edition, something like that. So I'm not actually sure about that, but still, yes. So it's going to be pretty the same. except for some new topics and some renewed material and so on. But what I find especially useful and especially good about New English File is probably the teacher's book, which is so amazing because you don't only find the descriptions of every lesson with optional lead-ins and with extra ideas and stuff, but you actually find a lot of photocopyable materials like communicatives and extra grammar and quick tests. And I'm not speaking about tests that are also that also go with this edition. So it's kind of cool because you don't actually need to thoroughly prepare every lesson because you already have everything you need for the lesson. But of course, I know that a lot of teachers and me too use some extra material because it's it's kind of boring to work with the same stuff every day. Okay, so yes, extra material in the teacher's book. There's also workbook to this in this course. And what else? I think CDs. Okay, class CDs. They are the CDs that you listen to during the lessons, but I also give these CDs to my students so that they can listen to them in the car or at home or doing anything they do. And what else? I think yes, so if we speak about workbook, there's also in some versions of the workbook there's what's it called, CD-ROM, yes, with plenty of material, with interactive material like grammar exercises and vocabulary exercises, and which is even cooler, there are some there's some work with pronunciation. And this is another thing which I find extremely cool about New English File, because if you look at which page is it? 156, yes? 156 or 158. There's this. Yes, there are some charts with phonetics. So if you kind of forgot something, you can just look back in the student's book and find the sounds, the pictures, which is extremely cool because it's not just the sound that they have, but they have it in the picture. So for example, the sound P is for parrot, okay? So the parrot is in this picture, alright? So, and that goes for every sound, right? So that's the same. And here on the right, you can find these charts which say, what do they say? Yes, so the spelling of the sound, yes, how it's usually spelled, alright? So yes, and these are separate sections for consonant sounds and vowel sounds. So yes, again, structured. Everything is well structured, okay? Good. So, well, these are the main points I like about New English File, but of course it's not everything, because there are so many things I would like to talk to you about, but I just can't think of them all right now. So if you have some ideas, and if any of you use the same course, just leave comments below and we shall discuss it. So do you like it? Do you have any tips how to use it and so on? So any information you have will be quite useful. Okay, thank you. Goodbye.